So my name's Jessie Starr. Basically, I'm an energy healer and an intuitive empath. And I've been helping and guiding people since I was a teenager. I started working at Planned Parenthood in high school as a peer counselor. And since then, my whole life has been connecting with people in trauma and kind of just holding them and myself, because that's been my own journey, is healing from trauma. So I've been guiding, supporting, witnessing, mirroring, reflecting with people for a long time. I grew up, my mom was very psychic and intuitive. She was a tarot reader. So I started really young and was exposed to this whole world pretty early. And then I was all like, that's crazy. And I went sciencey, and I was like, I need to understand what's behind this. This magic stuff is too woo, So my journey has been really diverse and covered a whole bunch of different areas of study. I'm an autodidactic learner, so I'm really passionate about empowering people to be learners themselves. So I started in an energy healing training program in 2010, 2011. That year was when I started training, and I took to it really fast. And it was like, after 15 years of therapy and recovery from a background of pretty intense trauma, I felt there was missing pieces, and energy work was that extra piece. I was able to start addressing generational trauma. I was able to start listening to my DNA. I was able to start harnessing my awareness. And so through my journey, I went to many different teachers and learned and studied. And I felt like half of my journey was spent unlearning things people told me. I was like, I wish I hadn't learned that. Darn, And so in 2014, I started going, if I were to start this journey again, what would I wish I had known, actually? And what would have really empowered me? And so I sat down and I wrote out the 6 main things to me that were the most empowering, mind-blowing, transforming awarenesses about myself and my relationship with others. For instance, one of those was recognizing, I heard this phrase when I was a teenager. I used to attend these evenings of enlightenment with a master hypnotist in Bend. And he would host it every weekend. And he had said, when you recognize you're a co-creator of your experience, you begin to harness your own life. And I didn't know what that meant. It took me 20 years to figure out what that meant. And so the mind-blowing moment was recognizing the only influence I have is my participation in the relational field with my reality. And if I come to that field, that relating space, with play, with excitement, with a sense of awe and wonder at what I'm witnessing, then the mirror is witnessing me back with awe and wonder and excitement. And that doesn't mean I'm always going to live in that state. That's Pollyannaing things. But I can be in awe of the horror as much as I can be in awe of the triumph. So that began my journey of asking, what would I wish I knew to master who I am in my life? And so I started building the Life Mastery Program. It's been running since then, and I've evolved it now into a 12-step recovery program to the human condition. But I'm always looking for ways to be more inclusive with the information in somebody's life and it less be focused on me. So I started making this journal. This is my prototype, basically. And it's, how can I get to know myself, basically? And it's essentially a graphic novel and a story. Here's some, pages, and it's puzzles. And it's teaching, and it's teaching ultimately my flow state form of healing, which is learning how to be in flow. Means that we give ourselves permission to feel everything that we're feeling. We give ourselves permission to look at it until we start learning from it, whatever it is. Then we open ourselves to things we don't know already. We open ourselves to another possibility, another perspective, until we can believe that to be true too. And then we can start to witness the experience with awe and wonder instead of a sense of need to control or protect. So my processes are all built around flow state, including this book. And I believe that if we can get into flow, and this kind of relates to what we're talking about today, I think this is kind of like what our system looks like when we're in flow. We're willing to feel everything so we can deal with what we're feeling, and we can start to heal the belief systems that we use to filter and distort our perceptions and our experiences. When we can do that and we can recognize our dark energy and our light energy are all aspects of us, they're reflections of what's going on in the background. The physical is a reflection, not a correction, right? Then we can see where the correction lies, and that's within us. So that's my passion in a nutshell, is teaching people tools, techniques, practices, perspectives that help them shift into a state of permission with the self. I get to be hurt by you right now, and I get to say that, and I don't have to own how you feel as a response to me expressing that. I own how I express it, right? But if I'm angry, that means I don't give myself permission to express it, and it's not you who denied that to me, it's me, my inability to recognize the relational field. So if I'm showing up in that way, then I'm being authentic, and I'm meeting you where you need me to meet you. I'm reflecting appropriately. And then we stop building distortions with each other. So that's really my passion, the way I approach life. And I'm attempting to find ways to communicate it, because I find it's really supportive to other people to be exposed to that perspective and belief. It's an adult activity adventure journal is what it's going to be. And it's designed to take you into your inner kingdom. And that's ultimately what all of my programs are going to be shifting into, is inner kingdom journeys and, that whole strain. I just finished the book like a couple of days ago. It's been a birthing, and it's been beautiful because distilling the information down like that gave me a new look at my own work and really helped me strip away what would I really need is the essence there. Because if I can't communicate it in a picture, then I'm being too wordy.